Hey everybody, as promised, first of 3 videos. First video, 68 Rickenbacker 4001. What do we say about this that I haven't already said? Original Fireglow Sunburst, full with crushed pearl inlays, checkerboard binding, 1/2-inch pickup spacing, mono. This is a legit 68 4001. Now, a couple things I want to tell you about this bass. Most of it is original. There is a handful of things that have been changed. And for our time here, let's just cut to the basics. The pick guard has been replaced. It's newer. It's different. It's thicker. But it is to spec. Also, the knobs are here, but they're not hooked up. So how do we hear it if it's not hooked up? Well, ironically, both pickups are wired to the toggle direct to the out. So the pots have been bypassed. That means we're going to do a quick video because all we can do is play with the toggle switch. And we can't mess with all this, but it's all in there and it works. It's just not hooked up. Also, under the bridge, let's have a look here closely. This bridge is the original sand cast with the tooth notched out standard. The owner of this bass actually took and modified this original piece with a cutout section. There is a block of aluminum that is dropped into the body, and this is resting on the aluminum. So it's changed overall a little bit on how you intonate. Not a big deal. Try to find a 68 Rick for any kind of money anywhere. I found one. Whew, and it's expensive. Anyway, as we continue to look here, we'll just kind of go around. We'll just look through the guitar. You can see it's a one-piece neck, literally one-piece maple. There's no skunk stripe like on the 73s and later. There's nothing like that. There's the walnut headstock wings up top. This is something cool for those of you who are into this. Also, this is the original cut for the body wings. So these are a little bit more slender than the later ones, but it also has its own thing. I thought about doing a comparison between this and the Black Star. I did a video on the Black Star not too long ago. It is radically different than that bass. Not only in feel, in sound, in look, the whole 9 yards. One thing for those of you who are in the know, the 60s necks are like toothpicks. This neck is super thin, super thin. So it has a certain tone to it that some of the later Ricks don't have. So for example, like I said, we only can use the toggle switch. So we're just going to do a couple things. How many of you recognize this bass line? Or something like that. I'm not trying to do a ton of it because we'll get clipped. This bass makes that sound. Let me tell you this too. I'm running through the Doug pedal, just like always. For my Tech 21 fans and family out there, guess what? It's the Doug pedal. So it's not going to sound like Doug. It's going to sound like somebody else, but me playing somebody else, just for fun. So let's go through here. Let's look at some more little specific details on this guitar. By the way, this video is going to be a little more nerdy. For some of you who are used to sitting here watching me or laughing while I'm doing all this goofy stuff with a bass, this is going to be a little more nerdy because it's not that often that I get one this old. Now, with that said, there is one coming that's a little bit older, and that one has its own story, and we'll get to that when it shows up. In the meantime, let's focus here on the specifics of the 68. This is the original 60s 6-pole toaster. The pickup in the back here has been replaced. It did not come with a horseshoe. Some people have asked a question in the picture that I posted, where's the horseshoe? The horseshoe stopped somewhere in 68 and they went back and forth. This is actually the original surround and cap. The pickup inside is actually a little bit later, and there's a spare that comes with it. So in case you don't like what it sounds like, change it. And of course, if you're going to re-hook up all the wiring, you're going to do that anyway. So let's do some other things. Like always, let's start, because we can't tinker with the knobs and turn down and play with tones and stuff. The tone on this thing's wide open for right now. So let's start, toggle switch up. That's the front pickup. So this is the toaster by itself. Okay, the toaster is very kind of sedated because of where it sits. It's got its own certain tone. For those of you Rick heads, you know what it does. Okay, the back pickup on this thing screams. any of you level heads tell me about this. Because you already know what that is too. That would be like me going. So that's what the back pickup sounds like. And then of course in the middle, okay, that's what it sounds like. So again, because we don't have a whole lot of tonal options, we're going to do this. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to turn the Doug pedal off. Okay, so we're going to hear just the bass in the same 3 postures with the toggle switch because knobs. Let's see what it sounds like just by itself, bass only. If my fingers work today, it'd be even better. Okay, so that's both pickups. Front pickup. You know, it's always funny when I do this with a front pickup on a Rick. I always want to do something specific. We're going to let that go today. Okay, that's the front. Now let's go to the bridge pickup. Same little riff. Anybody know this? That's from a special bass player. Anyway, that's what the bass sounds like by itself. So even if we're going to do all the... It's what it does. Simple enough. Again, here we are. We got it. Not much we can do with it because part of it is not hooked up. If it was, we would go through all the knobs and do all the stuff. Third time, right? Got it. Hit me up. Let me know what you think. This one is available for sale. If you want to know more about it, hit me up, send me a message. If you know how to reach out to me in other ways, do that too. I don't think it's going to be here very long. It has a flight case that it comes with because the person who played it for a bunch of years flight cased it, sent it across when he was playing live. Hope this finds you all well. This is part 1 of 3 today. This is number 1. We're going to do 2 other things. But for now, go play some bass, wait for the next video, and I'll see you on the flip side.